What if everything you've been told about retirement is wrong? For decades, we've been told the path to retirement is simple. Get a good job, save in a 401k, and hope it grows enough to retire comfortably. But what if that entire plan is broken? Your savings lose value every month due to inflation. The stock market is unpredictable, and lying on a single paycheck is one of the riskiest financial decisions that you can make. The truth is, saving alone won't get you to financial freedom. If you want to retire comfortably and on your own terms, you need a smarter strategy, one that builds passive income and creates real wealth and puts you in control of your financial destiny. Because let's be honest, how much are you really able to save each month? Is it enough to build true wealth? Or does it feel like no matter how hard you work, you're barely just keeping up? And here's the scariest part. Most people only have one source of income, their paycheck. That means their entire future, paying the bills, saving for retirement, and taking care of their family is 100% dependent on them showing up to work every single day. But what happens if that paycheck suddenly disappears? It could be a layoff, an injury, a company restructuring. Overnight, your entire financial security could be wiped out. And if you think your 401k will save you, think again. According to Vanguard, the average 401k balance in America is just $88,000. And if you withdraw just a few $1,000s a month in retirement, it could run out in less than 3 years. And it gets worse. Living costs have more than doubled in the last 20 years, with essentials like housing, healthcare, and groceries skyrocketing. At this rate, what seems like enough today could be completely inadequate tomorrow. So ask yourself, if you keep following the same plan, will you actually be able to retire comfortably? Or will you be stuck working longer than you ever planned, just hoping you have enough to get by? But what if there was another way? A way to stop relying solely on your paycheck, build true financial security outside of this broken system, and take control of your future. Bear with me because that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Ryan Zomorodi, co-founder of realestateskills.com, and over the last 8 years, I've helped thousands of people just like you break free from the traditional retirement plan and start building real predictable wealth through real estate investing. At Real Estate Skills, we believe real estate is the #1 way for ordinary people to build lasting wealth without depending on a paycheck, a 401k, or the stock market. And more importantly, we believe anyone can do it if they have the right knowledge and take action. That's why my business partner, Alex Martinez, and I, along with our incredible team, have made it our mission to bridge the gap between knowledge and action. For too long, wealth building strategies have been kept out of reach for the average person, but we're here to change that. We believe that financial freedom shouldn't be reserved for the wealthy few. It should be available to anyone willing to take charge of their destiny. Through our Ultimate Investor program, we give you a proven step-by-step system to start investing in real estate while keeping your day job without needing a ton of money up front and while doing it on your own schedule. If you have no prior experience, we break it down into simple, actionable strategies that anyone can follow. If you have limited time to spare, just know that you can do this part-time or full-time depending on your goals. And if you're not sure where to start, our expert coaching and members-only community will support you every step of the way. At the end of the day, our mission is simple: to empower action takers to create financial freedom through real estate and take control of their future, because no one should be left behind in wealth creation. But I don't just teach real estate investing. I live and breathe it every single day. I actively invest and own an 8-figure rental portfolio that produces 6 figures in passive income annually, and I co-own hundreds of rental units nationwide. For nearly a decade, I've been a licensed real estate agent, built homes from the ground up, and had my work featured in Yahoo Finance, MSN, Entrepreneur, and Private Lender magazine. Recently, I was selected as a 2025 Leader of Influence in Residential Real Estate by the San Diego Business Journal. Throughout my career, I've bought, sold, and flipped countless properties across a dozen states, building a business that gives me true financial freedom and the ability to live my life on my own terms. But it didn't start out that way. I wasn't born into money. I didn't have connections or a trust fund. I was just a broke college kid working multiple jobs to survive. I saved every dollar I could because I was taught that that was the path to financial security. Get good grades, go to college, and land a stable job, and then everything will work out. For a while, I believed it. After graduating, I landed what most people would call a dream job in corporate sales, working for one of the biggest beverage companies in the world. At 23 years old, I had a steady paycheck and a $60,000 salary in what seemed like security. But here's the truth. I was miserable. I was waking up at 4:30 a.m., grinding through 12-hour workdays, driving to gas stations and supermarkets, pushing cases of sugar water to hit quotas that didn't mean anything to me. I'd come home exhausted, uninspired, and questioning if this was really it. I was spending my one and only life building someone else's dream. And every Sunday I felt it, that sinking feeling in my stomach because Monday was coming. Another week of long hours, another week of knowing that no matter how hard I worked, my paycheck would stay the same. Another week of feeling trapped. That's when I started asking questions. If I kept doing this for the next 30 years, where would I actually be? Why was I trading my most valuable resource, my time, for a paycheck that barely let me get ahead? How did the people who had real freedom, financial freedom, actually build their wealth? That's when I discovered real estate. The people I looked up to weren't grinding away in corporate jobs. They weren't relying on a paycheck. They were building assets that paid them every single month. They weren't just working for money. They had money working for them. I knew I had to take control of my future. I didn't have all the answers, but I did know one thing. I refused to spend my life making someone else rich. So I made a decision. I took my life savings, every dollar I had scraped together from years of working multiple jobs, and I bought my first rental property. And that one decision changed everything. It gave me my first taste of passive income. It gave me proof that I could build wealth outside of a 9-to-5. It gave me the confidence to go all in, to start flipping properties and scaling my rental portfolio to the 8-figure business it is today. Now, I don't just invest for myself. I teach others how to do the same. If you're watching this, chances are you're feeling stuck, just like I was. Maybe you're in a job that drains you. Maybe you know real estate is the answer, but don't know where to start. Maybe you think you don't have the time or money to invest. I'm here to tell you, you don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take the first step. And you won't have to do it alone. We don't just give you a piece of the puzzle. We provide the entire blueprint step by step and guide you through the process from start to finish. In this training, I'm going to show you exactly how I went from a broke college grad to financial freedom through real estate. Because if I can do it, so can you. Just like my student Max, who knew he needed to make a change. Instead of staying stuck in the traditional path, he took bold action and liquidated his 401k to invest in cash flowing rental properties in affordable markets in the Midwest. Using our system, he acquired a 7-figure portfolio of 17 rental units in just 24 months and now generates over $5,000 per month in cash flow, enough to cover his family's living expenses and achieve financial freedom. And the best part, Max owns properties in 4 different states that he's never seen in person and has no plans to, since he lives thousands of miles away and they're all professionally managed. Just imagine what he'll be able to accomplish over the next 3 to 5 years. Now let me ask you this, how much cash flow would you need to retire? If you're unsure, let's start by looking at your monthly expenses. Let's say you spend $5,000 per month, then financial freedom simply means owning enough assets to cover your living expenses. Let's break it down. If each rental property produces $300 in monthly cash flow, you'd need 17 rental units to cover your expenses and free yourself from relying on a paycheck. That's exactly what Max did. His goal was to replace his $60,000 salary with passive income, and in just 2 years of consistent action, he made it happen. Now it's your turn. While cash flow is great, the real magic happens when you hold real estate long term. Let me take you behind the scenes of my very first rental property, purchased in 2015 on Tate Drive. It's a simple 3-bed, 2-bath, single-family home in Memphis, Tennessee, nearly 2,000 miles away from where I live. I bought it for $155,000, putting 20% down, around $31,000. It immediately rented for $1,300 per month, and after paying all the expenses, including the mortgage and property management, I was left with a net cash flow of $366 per month, or $4,392 per year. That's a 14% return on my investment in the first year from the cash flow alone. But here's what most people miss. Real estate builds wealth in multiple ways. My mortgage balance decreased by about $2,200 that year, paid down by my tenant. I also saved roughly $1,800 in tax benefits thanks to depreciation. On top of that, the property appreciated around 8% per year. When you add it all up, I earned $20,000 in my first year on a $31,000 investment, a 60% return. Fast forward to today, that property now rents for $1,895 per month, generating $844 in monthly cash flow, over $10,000 per year. The market value of this property has risen to $318,000. So that means my initial $31,000 investment is now worth over $210,000. Think about that. How long would it take you to save that kind of money at your current savings rate? Even though the property has doubled in value, my investment has grown more than 6 times because I use strategic leverage to maximize returns. And this is just one of my rental properties. I have many other case studies just like this. And the best part, we're still finding deals just like this today. So in 5 years from now, I want you to look back and be thankful you took action in real estate just like I did. If you have money to invest in rentals now, we can help you start acquiring cash flowing properties immediately. But if you don't have a 401k or a nest egg to invest in rentals immediately, Don't worry. That shouldn't stop you from taking action today. Because the truth is, the best time to get into real estate was yesterday, but the next best time is right now. That's why our Ultimate Investor program goes beyond just rental property investing. We train you to become an acquisitions expert. By mastering property acquisitions, you'll see that every deal has multiple exit strategies, allowing you to profit from real estate even if you're not ready to buy and hold just yet. We teach our students how to generate active income through wholesaling and flipping, strategies where you can make anywhere from a few $1,000s to over 6 figures per deal. Then you can reinvest those profits into long-term rental properties, building true generational wealth, just like my first rental property on Tate Drive did for me. Take my students Diana and Chase. They followed our blueprint to lock up 2 properties under contract, flip those contracts to different buyers, and walked away with $40,000 in profit without using any of their own money. Then they took those earnings and reinvested in a cash flowing duplex out of state, all while working full-time jobs. This is how you create financial freedom step by step, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. But these are just a few of the real people who've transformed their lives using our system. Mark in Arizona closed his first deal within 90 days of working our process, then quickly closed another, all while juggling a full-time job in the restaurant industry. Nalima in New York is a busy doctor and mother who successfully closed her first deals across state lines in Georgia and Florida, proving you can invest from anywhere, even with a demanding schedule. Then there's Adam and Luke in Maryland, who are experienced investors burning through $12,000 to $15,000 per month on marketing before joining us. After implementing our system, they closed 15 deals in their first year, all without spending a dime on marketing. Fernanda in Florida locked up 5 contracts in her first week of submitting offers using our process. Stephanie in Minnesota flipped 3 houses for huge profits and reinvested a portion of her earnings into building her passive income portfolio. Then there's Savvy in California, who closed 2 deals within months of joining the Ultimate Investor program and hasn't looked back. And these are just a handful of the success stories from people who took action and followed our proven system. They didn't waste years trying to figure it out all on their own. They followed a step-by-step process that actually works. If you do your research, you'll quickly find that Real Estate Skills is the #1 company for teaching real estate acquisitions directly from the MLS using our proven MLS offer system. This is where we help investors find and acquire the best deals on the market, whether for wholesaling, flipping, or holding as rentals, without spending a dime on marketing. Unfortunately, many new investors fall into the trap of chasing off-market deals. They burn through time and money, sending thousands of mailers and making endless cold calls, only to realize they're essentially searching for a needle in a haystack. They become professional marketers instead of real estate investors, spending their resources on lead generation instead of analyzing deals and making offers. Our approach is different. We equip our students with the knowledge, tools, and support to confidently submit offers in 30 days or less, focusing on strategies that actually put deals in your pipeline. Did you know the average cost to acquire an off-market deal is around $6,000 in marketing expenses? The reality is most people can't afford to burn through cash while trying to learn the business. That's why our program starts with zero-cost lead generation strategies like our MLS offer system, so you can generate profits without risking your own money on marketing, ensuring you move forward, not backwards, in your financial journey. In fact, the majority of my rental portfolio has been built using the MLS and the exact strategies we teach in our program. And once our students start closing deals and building capital, we show them how to strategically reinvest into paid acquisition strategies for off-market deals if they choose to. Whether your goal is to wholesale, fix and flip, or build a portfolio of cash-flowing rentals, our Ultimate Investor program gives you the complete roadmap to success. Even though this excites a lot of people, this isn't for everyone. Real estate investing takes commitment, and we dedicate a lot of time to helping our students succeed. That's why we don't let just anyone sign up. We have a selective process to ensure we work with people who are serious about taking action. You won't find this program available for direct purchase anywhere else. Every person who joins must apply and speak with one of my hand-picked advisors for a one-on-one interview. So if you're serious about transforming your financial future and are ready to take the next step, apply now to speak with my team. You already know real estate is one of the most powerful wealth-building vehicles. The only question is, are you ready to take action? And if for some reason we decide it's not the right fit, we'll still provide you with valuable guidance and resources to help you move forward. Click the button below, fill out your application, and schedule a call to chat with our team. I look forward to seeing you on the inside.